Freddie Gibbs and The Alchemist, are they actually boring on this project?
Oh my God.
So shout out to the homie.
Somebody said that?
Man, shout out to the homie ReedMySole.
I've heard that.
We know ReedMySole.
Somebody else told me that too.
Yeah, he's the homie. Shot us up a couple times. Got great content. Does great work. And he shared his thoughts on Alfredo too. And I cannot wait to see what you guys think about this video because he may have some points into what he's saying. So we'll watch this video and we can discuss.
I feel as though people are obsessed with this new flow and they think this is the pure hip hop flow and it's a snooze fest, right? And listen, we just came off the Clips album and I'm comfortable with the subject matter and I'm comfortable with a subject matter that is the same, right? Because this is the same. I've listened to a lot of Freddie's projects. Now, I am a Benny fan. I do prefer Benny, man. Stabbed and Shot 2, amazing. I like 38 Special, I like Benny. It took me a while to like those guys because sometimes the subject matter is the same, right? But when you start listening to the 38 Specials, when you start listening to the Bennys and when you start even listening to the Conways, right? You start listening to these Griselda guys and that camp, they're doing it differently. Like even Stole God Cooks being on the Clips album, Let God Sort Them Out, it's different, right? There's duality there. Everybody here coke raps, but the first song has nothing to do with drugs. There was only one thing mentioned about drugs on that first song, and that was his dad finding the bass in the cupboard, right? Like, dang, I gave you everything, but still somehow you still went to the streets, right? It was a nuance to it. It was something to bring out of it other than just I'm fucking these hoes. I don't like these hoes. These hoes are this. These hoes are that. Da 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 da. Right? It's the same thing, bro. It's boring.
So I saw the frustration in the few sets of eyes here. So here's my question, right? So does he have a point when he talks about?
No.
Let me finish. The contradiction as it relates to the content, because we have all been surrounded by or even taken part in conversations where we say, all they talk about is this. This is trash. All they talk about is this. So he flips it and says Freddie Gibbs is talking about this. This is all that he talks about. And it's boring because I've said a whole bunch of shit is boring because this is all they talk about. So is there some meat on the bone in terms of what he said? Because the way he talked about this made me scratch my head just a little bit. Just a little bit in terms of how he said it.
No, I think
it might be a little bit of meat on the bone, bro. That's all I'm saying. I ain't saying it right.
I do think he has a little bit of a point when you think about the easy listening conversation. Right. About how you can just put it on and listen to it. I know exactly what I'm going to get from Gibbs every time. Yep. And I know that I'm never going to be blown away by anything that Gibbs is going to say. It's just going to be the same thing over and over again.
At a high quality.
Super high quality. Right. So I think from that angle. Now, would I call it boring? No, I don't think I would call it boring.
Okay.
Nah, I agree. I wouldn't call it boring. And then, I mean, ReedMySole, he's a New Yorker. So he's going to side with Benny and them.
Not really though.
I don't know if I would
He's from South Carolina.
He's from New York. But he lives in South Carolina.
Oh, okay.
But what I'm saying is, bro, and I'm coming right back to you. I don't know if I think he's more with his opinions. I think he's more consistent with his opinions.
No,
I don't see too many things where I would be deemed biased.
No, I'm not saying that he's inconsistent with anything, but I'm saying he's a New Yorker at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm. Clearly.
That's more so what he's going to vibe with. That's not taking anything away of how he's listening to this Freddie Gibbs. I mean, I'm a Naptonian. I'm from Naptown.
If we're going to do that.
And Gary is Naptown adjacent.
It is.
So my ears are programmed like that. And I like Benny the Butcher. Yeah, I've said plenty of times that out of those three, his albums kind of more resonate with what I want to hear.
And the last one he dropped is fire.
But he's not the best rapper out of the crew. But to me, his albums, I really like them.
Disagree
but
with that
when it comes to this being a boring album, the Freddie Gibbs joint, I don't think it's boring at all. It goes back to it being easy listening, and there's bars, there's reasons to listen to it. Like I can play it and just have it as background music, but I can turn my ears on too and hear what he's actually saying. And like, oh, he's really talking about some shit.
I also think that you can like Benny and Freddie at the same time.
You can.
100%.
I like Benny and Freddie at the same time.
100%.
And I've said this before. I'm mad that those two are
don't
beefing.
Get along. They could make some great records
because they could make an awesome album together. Because every feature that they've had together is fire.
They could have given us they could have given us 2 by now. Facts, 100%.
Yeah, and I ain't taking nothing away from ReedMySole. I actually rock with him, and I like his opinions on things.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, he's a New Yorker. I'm from the Midwest. I'm from Nap, and I like Freddie Gibbs, man. I've always liked Freddie Gibbs. It's never been a bias.
And I'm going to say one more thing real quick.
Go ahead, Lo.
I would argue that Benny's content is no different.
It's
not
Yeah,
inconsistency.
that is correct.
In comparison to Freddie Gibbs.
Yeah, because how many times has Benny told you about whatever money he had saved up and going broke and having to put some to the side, and I didn't take this record deal because it wasn't enough money, or you know what I'm saying? He says the same
he's clever
things.
with it. He's clever with it.
Yeah,
Bishop B. You seem like you've been fidgeting in your seat, and moving around, adjusting. Talk to me, man. What you think about ReedMySole's comments?
I'm gonna tell him to respectfully, shut the up. Okay, and that's most notably just because, like, if you would have gave me somebody else besides Griselda, you know what I mean, I could have agreed with you. But you said that Freddie talks about the same shit, and then you give me Stove God, which I'm a real big fan of. I really enjoy Stove God.
Yeah.
Benny, Conway.
Yeah.
You didn't say West Side, but you might as well.
We're going to throw him in
and
there.
Benny.
Yeah.
Stop it, bro. You know what I mean? They all talk about the same shit. It's just your ears.
Wrestling and drugs.
Yeah. your ears are just a little bit more inclined to accept that because that's where you from.
Yeah, that part.
Now, me, I am from the Midwest. He gives me, you know, I'm championing my fellow Midwest brother, but you know, he's giving me West Coast vibes. He's giving me East Coast vibes.
He has.
Where did the West Coast sound come from, though?
I love when he makes this point.
The Midwest.
Thank you. He said Terry will say this from time to time. Let everybody know. Facts.
He's giving me all of the above. You know what I mean? So I don't get your point, man. You know what I mean? And I appreciate that you put your point of view out here in the atmosphere and all of this, that, and the third. But respectfully, shut the up.
Jay, put a bow on this, man. In terms of ReedMySole.
Look, I said this last week, definitely check out our previous episodes, newoldheads.com, all that. I don't have a problem with people being thematically homogenous, if you will.
Ooh,
if you are
words.
doing high-level
education
emceeing. And this is what I'm getting from Freddie. This is what I get from the clips. This is what I get from Benny. Okay, yeah, we get it. The rabbit on the cross. I get it. But I don't care because there is a level of intricacy and care that goes into these bars that he could rap about the same thing 14 different ways. And I'll be just fine with it. Because there is a craft to emceeing that is cared for in this project that I can appreciate.
Can I play? I'm just want to try this. I'm going to throw this on the table real quick to what you said.
Mm-hmm.
So is it fair to say that if you rap about the same thing, same content, as long as you care and the product is good, that separates you from the people that also rap about the same thing?
Yes, it does.
I'm just throwing this out there just to see where we at.
If you're really a fan of these people, you know that sometimes they do break from those themes that are prevalent within their music.
All right. I'm gonna ask you a question.
Come on.
Okay.
Come on.
Excluding, our favorite, the top three.
What we talk about now?
You said
excluding them.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
I got you.
Excluding them. And even including all but one. How many of your artists that you listen to are actually talking about something different from project to project?
Kanye, when he wasn't crazy.
How many of the people that I like?
Yeah, because I mean, the people that I want to name are in that section, so I'm trying to leave them out because I know one off top. We all know one off top that fluctuates just like Outkast did. We're gonna set him to the side.
Because he said excluding the top three.
So he did, so I can't use that.
But there's the thing is there's not a top three, right? There's only a one. So
you're right. You're right. That's why I said. Well, including the other two.
I wish I had like a star sound or a bell for what I used to call 100 comments, because that's 100 comment right there.
It's the truth.
There's only one. That's 100 comments.
We said on this show, it's him
and then everybody else. Yeah.
Okay.
Which is true.
But your question was specifically how many artists that we really like change their subject matter from project to project?
Yeah, it ain't not many of them.
Yeah.
Well, I wanted to make this point because, to your point, there's really no artist that does that, and it kind of surrounds all genres.
Yeah.
If you listen to one particular artist that makes love songs, every one of their albums is going to have love songs.
Wait. So I'm coming
not
right
just hip hop.
No.
Yeah.
I'm coming right back to you though. But I will say this. Outkast and the things that I always use them as the barometer for this, because to me they were flawless at this. But with Outkast, their subject matter was familiar or similar throughout the course of their career.
It just sounded different.
The sound,
but
the sound fluctuated every single time. I think that goes into it too.
This is very obvious because what is the name? The group's name?
They're Outkast.
It speaks for itself. They're Outkast. So they're doing things the way that they do things. Andre 3000 wasn't Andre 3000 on the first two albums. He was Andre
Benjamin.
I think some subject matter.
He might as well have been Andre 3000 on the second one.
On the second one, yeah. But I mean,
on
he
AT
evolved.
Aliens,
Yeah. That was the kind of the introduction to Andre 3000.
Yeah.
Sometimes he was Andre Benjamin.
Yeah.
He was Andre Benjamin on the first one.
Yeah.
100%. Go ahead, Lon. I'm sorry.
I was just going to say, it also depends on the subject matter too, right? Because some subject matter has more legs than just simply coke rap and hose.
Exactly.
Well, that's
like
That's
Fonte raps about the same thing on every album, but it's just his life.
His life.
And his life is changing.
Big Crit. That's good.
So like I feel like
Big Crit's another
there's a difference between somebody who's kind of I don't want to call it novelty because that's not necessarily what it is, but it's like it's almost thematic in a way. It's like I'm talking only about this thing. It's like the Clips. The Clips evolved a little bit on their new one.
No, they did. I actually brought it up last episode. I talked about how they evolved, but it's still fresh. But my whole point to bringing up other genres is the other genres, they stay on the same subject matter that they're known for. When you think about a Mary J. Blige album, what do you want to hear?
Heartbreak.
She's going to talk about what she's been through.
And Rising Out Through the Flames or whatever. You're going to hear that on every album.
Facts.
Rock and roll is just rock and roll. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
sex, drugs, and violence.
There you go. I don't understand why there's always a stigma behind hip hop artists. Now, I understand when somebody's rapping about the same and it doesn't sound like they're evolving.
That part.
I.e. Lil Wayne rapping about the same it doesn't sound like he's evolving.
Good point.
When you talk about the Clips, they rap about the same thing, but they're evolving. When you talk about Freddie Gibbs, he's rapping about the same thing, but he's evolving. Even the same people that he mentioned, like you said, Griselda, rapping about the same thing, but they're evolving. I mean, Conway is a rap machine, literally. He raps his ass off. When you think about Benny the Butcher raps about the same thing every time. But I mean, it's kind of a new spin on it. But I don't understand how you differentiate a Freddie Gibbs from everybody else. It doesn't sound boring. I heard people say J. Cole sounds boring.
Yeah, that's weird too. That's weird.
I can understand where they're coming from. I like J. Cole though, but I understand why they say he's boring is because it's more so his inflection, how he's rapping and shit.
It ain't even that. It's the Sonics.
The Sonics go into it. The Sonics go into it.
Yeah. So I mean, I get that, but I don't get it with this particular argument matching up a Freddie Gibbs and Griselda, because honestly, some of Benny's best songs are featuring Freddie Gibbs.
Benny will also reach out. The one thing between him and I believe I'm coming to Jay. The one thing I will say about Benny is he will experiment more with production. Even on this project, he got a joint with Bun B on his most recent project.
Yeah, the track with the ear drummers.
Thank you. So he will take more risks from a production standpoint.
They don't know who the ear drummers
than Westside Gunn or Conway will, to my knowledge. So sonically, I think Benny will definitely evolve more than the other two will. Just from what I've heard. Jay, I know we done been around the world, but what you think, man? what you think about Read My Soul?
Look, man, I think there is a little personal bias to what he has to say. Mm-hmm. Okay, because it seems like the Griselda may be regional. It just might be, you might just be a fan of somebody like that. I know somebody who, at one point, if you told them anything about a Jay-Z record being better than a Nas record, they'd want to fight you, even though they don't really have a problem with Jay-Z, but like they just like Nas so much that, there's no way, you could point to this Jay-Z song being better than anything that Nas has ever done, but I just think when it was kind of like what Brotherton Nice said is like, how could you say that about Freddie Gibbs and then your example of, someone who does he's not even saying the opposite, but your example is someone who, like I said, has subject matter that not as only is similar, but sometimes thematically they do the exact same thing.
Linear.
And it's not particularly that much different, So once again, I think we all have our internal biases, whether it be about music or anything else. Yeah. And sometimes they come out in the opinions that we express when these microphones are on. And, honestly, that's just, for anybody who's an artist out there, that's life, and you better get used to it.
Yeah, so respectfully,
he said
Read
that.
My Soul.
He said that. Jay Moore said that.
Shut the
He gonna make a whole video about you telling him to shut
That's
the fuck
cool.
up.
That's cool.
We gonna all be in the thumbnail.
BROTHA, the number 2, DAKNIGHT. Respectfully.
We gonna be all in the thumbnail when he get cooked.
He ain't gonna rock with us no more.
No, I don't believe that.
I'm just talking.
It's all opinions.
I like that brother.
I'm just
man.
talking.
He's good.
Like,
He
I
doesn't keep it
I
above.
don't agree with his opinion.
Yeah,
on
I
this.
mean, he kind of reached on another reaction video that Lone did earlier today that I saw. I was like, yeah, you reaching, brother, but and that wasn't a shut the fuck up moment. But I heard what he said and said, but you talking about an Indiana guy?
Yeah, what is it? Nap or nothing and adjacent?
Yeah,
it's definitely adjacent because this is a pro Freddie Gibbs podcast for sure. All right, Lone.
Spready.
That's what's going to get us in trouble.
Yeah, that's what's going to get us in trouble.
No, it's not because I'm not biased.
Killing me,
man,
you killing me, Deacon.
Listen, there's nothing wrong with being loyal to your soil. I literally saw a cat on the Disney cruise that had on a Naptown Nap or Nothing shirt, and I went and spoke to him to let him know we in here.